Hey everyone, Laughing Lich Corporation here. I'm here with Jason playing Ilmir the Barbarian. Jason, could you describe your character? What do they look like physically?
Ilmir is a large herb beast-hide, probably around 6.5 feet tall, broad shoulders, but an almost animalistic look to his face. He has the ability to like shapeshift, or not shapeshift, but shift into a more bestial form, not unakin to lycanthropy, but not exactly lycanthropy. He's thick, thick beard that looks like it hasn't been maintained in a solid 3 years. It's scraggly, it's rough, and a large, thick iron sword that is chipped and worn away from years and years of use, abuse, and lack of maintenance, in all honesty.
Alright. Well, Ilmir was a soldier in one of the recent wars of this land. He wanted to defend his people, but found himself just wanting to get away. And as he got to his town, uh, they unfortunately succumbed to the war. Ilmir was then on the run, mostly just finding where to go next. And one day, you travel through the forest, and you come across what looks to be a beautifully tall tree. I'll put you right there, Ilmir. And this beautiful tall tree looks like it has been dead for quite some time. The leaves have fallen red all around the base of the tree, and you can see what looks to be some sort of a sigil at the base of the tree. There is also a dead body of a carcass of what looks to be a four-legged creature with a black mane and a long muzzle. Very strange occurrence to see in this kind of a forest. What would you like to do?
Go investigate the corpse first. Can I see any type of wounds? Would I know what type of damage it took, or is this some magical effect that has claimed its life?
Medicine check, please.
That's that's a plus zero, right? Yeah,
Plus
that's a
0.
3.
All right.
Yep.
From the wounds that you can see up front, and you don't really dive deep into it, but you can see that there was definitely some sort of a bludgeoning attack to the face, as well as there are thorns around this creature, around the torso, and that seemed to have been the fatal blow as the thorns went deep into the gut and ripped it to shreds. But other than that, that is all you can really determine what happened to this creature.
Hey. Um, the sigil on the ground, is it glowing? Is it just like etched, painted into the ground?
Make a Arcana check as you look it over. It looks to be blood, but as you look over the sigil, you're trying to figure out what it could be with a 10. It
Yep.
seems to be some sort of a transference of life. You know somehow that this has to do with the balance of nature, and right now the balance of nature is toward one of the different moons on the sigil. Generally the moons are equal, perfectly half crested on the other, but one very much is a full moon while the other is just a very narrow crested moon. This implies a transference of natural power.
Okay. Is it safe to assume that the black furred creature and the tree were both used by this ritual?
From what you can tell, it looks to be like this creature was definitely killed in a brutal attack. Whereas this tree, you probably can assume that it was probably due to the sigil.
Are there any tracks nearby?
Make a survival or perception check.
We're gonna go with survival. Well, they're the same, actually. 16.
All right, with the 16, you do find what looks to be some sort of a track leading southward.
Let's follow it.
The
Let's
tracks,
see what.
with that kind of a roll also, the tracks are bipedal. They look like they're wearing shoes and humanoid.
Okay. Uh, let's follow it, but try to keep a low profile. Let's see what I got on the stealth.
All
How's
right.
my stealth? One. Yeah, +1.
Beautiful.
17. Okay.
As you kind of crouch down and following this trail very slowly, uh, your passive perception.
Perception.
I'm gonna roll something real fast.
Gotcha.
Oof. Your passive perception is really good. However, the creature that sneaks up behind you is better. As this creature comes up behind you, it immediately lets out this yipping type scream as it takes its sword and runs after you and tries to attack you. I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
Alrighty. That's 6.
All right, a 6 for you. And this is a +1 for me. 16. All right, it's going to get a surprise round, so it's in essence going to get 2 attacks. First one is with advantage because it did surprise you. And so, 2. And 11 plus 4, does that hit you?
15, yes.
All right, as it comes down with its scimitar, it is going to deal 6 points of damage, and the next attack is going to be without advantage. So 6 points of slashing damage, that is. And that is a 15 plus 3 is another 18.
15 hits.
You take 4 points of damage. It is your turn.
Okay. Well, it attacked me first, so we're going to pull out the great sword and slash.
As you turn around, oh my gosh. As you turn around, you see this creature. It also has a black mane, but it is bipedal. Its claws are long, but it is humanoid in some sort of way. You can see it has a long snarl like a hyena almost. But you come around and you are ready. You are not happy about taking that damage, and you swing back, and that is 7 plus...
+4 doubled, so, or do you want me to roll 4d6 for it instead?
I'm going to keep that 7. That's 14 plus 4.
Okay.
So that's 18 points of damage. Oh, wow. As you just take off one of its arms in this beautiful attack, it is very much hurt and not doing well. That was your first attack. Bonus action, movement speed, anything else?
We're going to bonus action. No, he doesn't rage. I'm going to hold the... Or, hold on. Let's do these maneuvers. Since I have them. Breath. I'm going to... Yeah, I'll catch my breath.
Sure.
At 4 points, and that'll take 2 points, so 1d6 plus con. This over to another screen. Alright, that is a whopping 4 HP back. That's good. So. And I will stay put.
All right. As this creature realizes just what you just did, it's going to take one last swing at you before it tries to flee. With a 5 plus 3 is an 8. It's not going to make it. As it tries to flee, you may take an attack of opportunity if you so desire.
Alrighty. That is a 15 to hit.
How would you like to kill him? He has 1 hit point left.
Oh, okay. As he's trying to back away, I want the tip of my sword to just, like, slash at his ankles as I cut his Achilles tendon, or whatever the equivalent of this creature's Achilles tendon is.
Sure.
And just let it trip, and then just a quick, as painless as I can make it, stab into the chest and done.
As it goes down, it lets out one last yip in a hyena-like voice and is silenced. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna search the creature, see if there's anything on it.
All right, sure. So
Investigation, that's 5 for investigation.
Sure. As you look over, just the stuff that you can see from the get-go, you can see it has a dagger. It also has a sword, short sword that is, that it was attacking you with, as well as some sort of a armor that you very much slashed through, so it's pretty much useless. But it is leather if you want to take it.
I'll leave it there. Let the dead rest with what they had.
All right. You can also see. Nope, that is it. That is all you can see.
All right. Can I see tracks from where it came, or did it stealth around me and leave pretty much nothing?
You can do a survival or perception check.
Let's do it again. 30-20.
All right. As you look around, you can see that this creature definitely was stealthing and jumping from rock to rock, and you can just see like where a little piece of its claw dug in from the rock, but it was definitely making sure that its tracks it was not making any tracks, so it was very difficult to track.
Okay. Let's follow the tracks we originally saw
Sure.
before we were attacked and see where those lead me.
All right. As you head southward, you follow the tracks for what seems to be about an hour or two as the day becomes a little bit lighter and things become a little bit brighter. But otherwise, you follow the tracks to a town, in fact, as the town folk seem to be. It's a small village, maybe no more than 30 or 40 huts, cabins and such, and little patches of gardens and vegetables and such. You find a blacksmith getting up and working the smithy, as well as gardeners and children running around, running amok, people helping different kinds of animals to the pens and things of that nature. But you follow the trail, and it kind of gets muddled in the main road of the town.
Is there any spot here that looks to be more of like a central meeting place, or is everybody more or a town center, something akin to that?
There at most is the larger building looks to be half tavern, half cabin. The tavern portion is like the back of the house with a little overhead. Overhang with little tables set up, and people are just getting their breakfast and luncheon and such.
Let's head into the tavern,
Sure.
see what happens.
As you come over to the tavern, the barmaiden just I've never seen you around here. Do you need food or drink?
Food would be nice.
Oh,
Maybe a small drink.
all right. That'll be 5 copper pieces, please.
I pull out whatever I have in my sack and just place the 5 copper and find a table in the closest thing to a corner I can and just sit there and people watch while I wait.
Sure. You could see that there are a few, looks to be farmers, some sort of animal hand, as well as maybe a hunter or two coming by.
Let's let's approach the hunters.
Sure. You see this gruff, middle-aged man, bow on his side and arrow satchel as well. What do you say?
I was attacked in the woods by some foul black-furred creature. Have you seen any running around here lately?
Uh, it's weird that you say that. There was an individual here earlier that was saying just the same thing. Four-legged creature, black mane. He took it down, brought kind of like the leather off, and was trying to show me it, but I didn't know anything about it. But sound like that?
I saw something like that in the woods, yes.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I mean, we've never seen anything like that, right, guys? And you can see the other hunters just kind of look. Yeah, deer, bear. We've seen bear, but this black mane, we've never seen it. Maybe black bear, but they don't come this far south. I don't know.
You said someone came here showing you leathers. Can you point me in their direction?
Yeah, they went east. And as you hear this, the barmaiden just goes, yeah, he actually was heading east. Kind of an odd individual, smelled a little funny, but otherwise he asked about the leather and didn't really know much about it, but we told him about another individual who'd stopped by earlier in the day. She was a very gaunt-looking lady, looked to have, like, she had mascara and cried it all out the night before. Very skinny and pale white. Looked like quite the sight, if anything. But he headed in her direction to the east.
Skinny pale white looked like she cried mascara. And the man who appeared shortly before me, what can you give me his description
Uh,
beyond his smell?
well, he was wearing furs, had some sort of a sickle on his side as well as a quarterstaff, and I guess he did wear a few leathers, but he also had what looked to be some sort of a yew tree, like a stick, on his side as well.
Any other strange individuals that passed through town?
That's all that we have thus far.
I'll I'll follow them. They might be looking. You said they were headed to another town, due east. What's its name, and is there a place I should check in once I get there?
Oh, there's no town to the east. They were just heading east. As far as we know, the only thing that's to the east is the rushing river as well as a bridge across the way, but we don't really head over that way. That's kind of an off bounds area that we don't really hunt that area.
Why not?
It's just out of bounds. We don't go that far out, and it seems to be a little bit dangerous once you get past the river. The river itself is dangerous. It's just rushing water, and don't really want to chance that bridge. It's old.
There are other issues have you found them in town, or have you just heard stories from other travelers of these black creatures?
We've only just heard from other travelers. We haven't really seen anything.
Keep an eye out. Keep your family safe. Um, they might attack. I just have that feeling. And I'm going to swallow my drink and just take all of my food in my hand and eat it in about 2 bites and walk out the door and start heading east towards the river.
All right. As you begin to head east, I'm going to put you right there. And you're just heading out as you hear what sounds like yipping and charging from the opposite side of you. And as you turn around, you can see a very large group of these black maned gnolls riding these four-legged black maned beasts, look to be wargs of some sort, as they come here and begin raiding the town. And you immediately have these flashbacks from your family and your old town that you used to live at. What are you doing as you see this carnage occur?
I am pulling out my greatsword and I am going to fly into a rage.
All right, we are going to roll initiative. As you can see, a lot of the gnolls are beginning to attack other individuals in the area, but one who is riding this warg is going to approach you. And there we go. As it approaches you, it seems to have taken you as its, I guess, quarry, and I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
That is a 13?
All right.
13, yeah.
Oof, just in time. All right, it's you first. So you already raged. You did say that ahead of time. So it is your turn. You have a full bonus action and action.
All right. We are going to move up to the warg. I am going to bonus action use my shifting feature.
All right.
So, with that, I gain 1d6. I gain plus 4 temporary HP in addition to 1d6, plus my armor class is a plus 1 now. But that's 2.
Beautiful.
Ignore that. So, 2. So that's 6 temp HP.
6 temp HP. Armor class is 14.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. All right, and then and that's a bonus action. So then I'm going to greatsword cleave the warg.
That a maneuver?
No maneuver, no.
Okay, you're just attacking. All right, for 6 plus what?
Oh, there's a 6 plus 6 for a 12.
That will hit the warg.
Plus 2 melee damage. Awesome. He is going to take 11 points of slashing damage.
All right, 11 points of slashing damage as you come down on this warg. You pretty much just rip its jaw open. It looks really bloodied at this point. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be it for this turn.
All right, this warg is going to be ran past you. Can't charge you, but this black mane gnoll is going to attack you with a 10 plus 3, 13. That's just going to miss you as it runs past you. It's going to get kind of far away from you. You may take an attack of opportunity on the black mane gnoll or the warg.
We're going to go for the warg.
All right. All right, I don't
Nope.
think that's going to hit.
That's an 8.
All right, it is your attempt now.
5, 10, 15. I'm going to immediately whip around and start chasing after the warg. I'm going to raise my sword up above my head as I swing down into its backside.
All right, you swing down into its backside and roll that attack. That will definitely
That is
hit.
16.
Nice.
Or, oh boy, that's a plus 6, so 15 points of damage.
How would you like to kill this warg?
I want to be just short of where the gnoll is sitting and just cleave into the side of the flank as the warg basically loses its balance from its center of gravity changing and just tumble over.
And as it tumbles over, you see the black mane gnoll fly off yip, 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 as it collapses onto the ground prone. It is now prone. All right, anything else?
I don't really have anything else I can do with a bonus action. So I'm just going to move an additional 5 feet and stare down the gnoll.
All right, this gnoll is going to use half its movement speed to stand up. It is now going to take an action and is going to try and attack you with a 5 plus 3. I don't think is going to hit. And
Nope.
that is your turn.
All right. Strike again for another 16.
That'll definitely hit.
He's going to take an 11 points of slashing damage.
Coming down on him hard. Beautiful. Anything else?
Let's see. No, that'll be it for this turn.
All right, the black mane gnoll is going to whip around, coming around here as it tries to get around to the opposite side of you and take an attack. And 16, that'll definitely hit.
That's going to hit.
And that is a 5 plus 3 is 8 points of damage. I believe it is halved because you are raging.
Half due to that, so 8 is 4, so that is 4 points of my temporary HP.
Beautiful. All right, your turn.
All right. I'm going to basically cut this gnoll off as he is running. I'm just going to dash in front of him, and I'm going to try and cleave his head off.
Beautiful.
No. That's a 10.
A 10 is not enough, unfortunately, as it dodges just underneath. It tries to get you in the gut as it ducks underneath your sword. And that is a 14. That is definitely going to hit, plus 3. And comes down with a 2 plus 3 is 5 points of damage, half down back to 2. And it gets you right in the gut. It is your turn.
That still doesn't make me bleed. That's just my temp HP.
All right.
Strike again for a 12.
That will hit, just barely.
Oh, perfect. 2d6. Oh, boy. He is going to take 14 points of slashing damage.
How would you like to finish him?
I want to grab him by the scruff of the head and just start yanking up, and just with a single strike, I want his head off and in my hands.
All right. as you get the head into your hands. You look on, and you can see that there are fires being started in these cabins, and the other wargs and gnolls, and you can also see kobolds riding off eastward as they are carrying what looks to be very alive captives. One of which seems to be the barmaiden.
I'm chasing after them.
All right, you're going to chase after them. The wargs are going to be a little bit faster than you, so it will be a little bit of time to catch up with them. But as you head eastward, running and running, it takes not too long to get to the point of the bridge. And as you do, you're kind of far away from where the bridge is, and you can see these individuals come up to the bridge. You see this gaunt woman at the bridge, around 60 feet out. This gaunt woman that you've heard of from passerbys. She looks sickly. She looks pale. She looks very skinny. She looks like she has cried her eyes out and with mascara all over her eyes and under her eyes. And she looks to be taking a hand axe to the ropes, trying to get the bridge to collapse as the wargs and the other individuals pass across the bridge. And you are just behind them. And that is where we will end.
Okay.
And pick up next time when we do our one-shot.
Cool.
All right. That was fun.
Yeah.
Any questions, comments, concerns?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, it was great having you. I will definitely coordinate our one shot as soon as I get the last person in here. And thank you so much for joining, Jason.
Not a problem.
All right. See you later.
All right, see ya.